Okay, this is the Millennium Falcon Bandai 144 scale. It was a fantastic model, definitely the best Millennium Falcon model that I've ever built, and I've built them all. I'm even building the D'Agostini replica. So far, this one takes a cake. If you just sat there and built it, you could probably do it in an hour. If you do a planned build like I did, it took about 2 or 3 weeks with all the lighting and and painting that we did. So just taking a quick look at it real fast. I mean, anybody who knows about this, the detail's spot on. It's perfect. Even for as small as it is, it's just fantastic. I got the green strawberry engine grates on there. I only used the engine grate part. I didn't use the other 2 layers that it came with because it was just too difficult to work with. And I painted the underneath fans, which are stock on this model, chrome color, so they would shine through and give that luminescence effect. I think it looks really nice. It's lit up. In the back we have the engine detail. I think it came out pretty good. These are all stock parts. I had to Dremel out the engine nozzles behind the grate in the front, and I think it gives it a nice effect. Weathering was done with Insignia white base coat, and we have a DOA New Hope for the tan looking panels on there, and then it's just Optolong oil paint weathering. I did a lit gunner turret inside. I wanted to do the 4 red lights on the docking bay, but I never did, so I ran out of time. And I did the red lights from Force Awakens up front. Those are actually SMDs. Those aren't fiber optics. There's an individual LED behind each of those. And then we get to the cockpit, which is also lit and painted. I think it came out great. I just illuminated the cockpit with another warm white LED. I didn't bother doing fiber optics because of the size. And I had a few trial runs with that, and the fiber optics just didn't look right. When I build another one of these, I'm definitely going to get the Paragraphics cockpit upgrade for this and see how that works out. But until then, I had a special request to do weathering in the direction of flight because it makes a little bit more sense than the traditional filming model, which just had weathering down the sides. The model was painted just enough to to look good on screen back in the day. They never intended for that to be an up close and personal kind of model, which it is now when it goes on display. Still looks good, but I thought that this is more relevant, and going forward I think I'm going to do all the streaking and weathering in the direction of flight because I just like the way it looks better, unless I have a request to do it like a replica. So all in all, great model, easy to put together. Electronics weren't too bad. The green strawberry grates were a pain, very difficult to paint. I ended up having to use a brush and oil paint to get those to hold paint without filling in the grates. Did a little bit of blast damage up here. Just dremeled it out and used pigment pen, the Micron. These guys over here. Fantastic. And then I used just a little bit of the Tamiya weathering palette, the soot color, just to give it a little bit of soot around there. And then I also did the same kind of effect up here. Made it look like the blast damage broke up those pipes right there. So anyways, that is it. I'm going to call this good for the Bandai 144 scale. Thanks for tuning in.